We're here at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'm Jim Houston with Craig Simpson. Get ready for Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinal between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Los Angeles Kings. Chicago can't afford any mistakes here tonight. A loss at home and it's all over.
Well, this team has to keep it simple. They can't get caught up in the bigger picture. Jim, I know it's a cliche, but they really do have to take it one game at a time.
Here's a look at tonight's official.
Jim, he is one of the tougher officials in the league. Players know they can't take liberties when he's calling the game. He calls things tight and isn't afraid to call penalties when it comes to dirty stick work.
Allison wins the faceoff. In over the line. Over the blue line. Flattened.
He had him coming and going.
Brings it out. Played over into the attacking zone. Cranked him.
He's seeing double now.
Moved up out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Passed across. He gets roughed up by Nordstrom.
That was rock solid.
In over the line. Across. Delayed call coming up. Thibault makes the save. Vandermeer will go to the box for interference.
I think he's a little surprised at getting the 2-minute minor.
Los Angeles is about to go to work on its first power play of the game. Let's see if they can cash in.
You want to establish a good power play early, even if you don't score. It builds confidence and keeps momentum going.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked.
Finish that one with a bang.
Brings it out. Over the blue line.
Hit. What a hit.
Brings it out. In over the line. Round the back. He gets pushed by Daze. Blocked. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Bumped off the puck. In front. Wrist shot. Saved by Czechmanek. Into the attacking zone. Thibault made the save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In over the line. Camilleri controls the puck. Checked.
That's going to leave a mark.
Quick pass up. Over the line. A shot from the slot by Arneson. Brings it out. Los Angeles makes a line change. Camilleri shoved.
Jim, that was a real blow.
Thibault hangs on for the whistle. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to Los Angeles. It scores! That's a power play goal. Skating 5-on-4 is a nice opportunity to score, and they cashed that one in big time. Los Angeles hopes this is a sign of things to come.
It's obvious they can score, but can they play defense?
I think we're about to find out. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by Vishnowsky.
Sends him down.
Palffy brings it out. In over the line. Hit.
That was a big hit.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Bowled over.
That was a monster of a hit.
Brings it out. Rink-wide pass. Passed ahead. He gets checked by Daze.
He delivered a message with that one.
Run over.
A textbook body check, Jim.
Over the line. Leveled.
Now that one was worth watching.
Arneson brings it out. In over the line. Shoved. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Up through center. In over the line. Brilliant save by Thibault. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Missed shot by Radulov. Czechmanic got a pad on it. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Hard shot. Missed the net. Advances the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets hit by Gleason. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Wrist shot by LaPerriere. Thibault reached out for the puck. Out of their defensive end. Chicago's about to change players. Over. Thrashed.
A punishing hit.
Over the line. Crushed.
Thundering hit.
Into the attacking zone. In over the line. He gets out-muscled by Vandermeer. Passed ahead. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Arneson with a wrist shot. Huge save by Czechmanic. Los Angeles puts its second line out. Leveled.
That's what we came to see.
Brings it out. Played over the line. Delayed call.
Hit. That was huge.
Miller gets called for hooking. Chicago will try and take advantage of a penalty here.
Well, we haven't seen the power play yet tonight, but we know they're going to be a handful.
They've got great skill on that first unit. Into the attacking zone. He gets shoved by Vandermeer. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Quick shot. Czechmanic made the save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. LaPerriere. Wrist shot. Saved by Thibault. And he hangs on to the puck. Watch how quickly this guy gets down in his butterfly.
Well, Jim, he just dares shooters to go 5-hole, then takes it away at the last second. He's lightning quick with his pads.
Face-off won by Arneson. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove. A lateral pass. Stick save. Over the line. Deadmarsh gets bowled over. Pass back. One-timer. Saved by Thibault. Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Checked.
Now that's a big hit.
Over the blue line. He gets run over by Arneson. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Vandermeer gets checked. Brings it out. In over the line. Pushed off the puck. Daze grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Chicago is 0 for 1 with a man advantage as the penalty expires. With a weak shot. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. And the Kings are offside. Los Angeles really tries to limit the scoring chances, and they do a pretty good job at that. They're a very responsible team in their own end.
Jim, I'd say discipline is their key. You rarely see them out of position, and they always seem to be between you and their goal.
Brings it out. Rubbed off the puck by Dempsey. Passed across. Arneson, hard shot. Czechmanic turned it away. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Right in front. Thibault made the save. Brings it out. In over the line. Hit. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone.
How about that deep? He really hung him out to dry.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shove. A delayed penalty call against Los Angeles. Miller has been nailed for hooking. And you can see the coach here doesn't like that call, and he's having a word with the official. Chicago will get a second chance on the power play here. And the faceoff is won by LaPerriere. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Pokes, lays him out.
He slammed him big time.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Moultrie rocks him.
That one took him right out of the play. Hit. That's some heavy action.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Leveled.
Terrific physical play.
In over the line. He gets leveled by Deadmarsh.
You could feel that one up in the booth.
Oh, he shot. Leg save. He's on the score sheet with that one assist already. Let's see if he can build on it.
Well, we know he has the skills. It's just a matter of execution.
Allison won the draw. Nordstrom gets smoked.
He got laid out.
Centers it. Checked. Hard one-time shot by Arneson.
Let's fly with a wide one.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Rubbed off the puck. Vorobiev grabbed it. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Czechmanik denies him. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Little deke there by Deadmarsh. Moved across. Vorobiev brings it out. Over the blue line. Taken out.
I wouldn't want to have been on the receiving end of that one.
Chicago is now 0 for 2 on the power play. Brings it out. Moved over. In over the line. Checked.
They felt that hit in the rafters.
And out they come with a puck. Into the attacking zone. Miller, wrist shot. Vandermeer. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Knocked over. Advances the puck. Brings it out. Over the blue line. The Kings come in offside. The ref is ready to drop the puck. Face-off won by Allison. Brings it out. In over the line. Big save by Czechmanik. Turned away. Out of their defensive end. And time winds down as the first period comes to an end with the score 1-0.
Mascots from around the league will be participating in contests, photo sessions, and lots more fun for the whole family. Check our website or call the box office for details.
The score is close as we start the second period.
Let's see if things can open up a bit.
The players are lining up at the face-off circle, and the face-off is won by Allison. Into the attacking zone. Over the line. He gets taken out by Nordstrom. Played over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Berard.
Knocked him right off the play.
Brings it out. In over the line. Knocked him off the puck. Palfy. Into the attacking zone. He gets rocked by Rutu. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Run over. Moved up. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. Taken out. One time. Pad save. At center. In over the line. In front. Allison. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shove. Hit. Arneson. Brings it out. Over the blue line. With a wrist shot. The shot is blocked by Stumple. Brings it out. Shove. Into the attacking zone. Sent flying. Daze. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked in the corner. Moved back. Shoots the puck. Stumple grabbed it. Brings it out. In over the line. Quick puck movement. Over the blue line. Korolev. Wrist shot.
He'll have to do better than that.
In front. Scores! It just crossed the line, but it counts.
There's nothing as lethal as a quick and accurate wrist shot.
The goalie will be seeing that one in his nightmares. Face-off goes to the Blackhawks. He gets hit by Gleason.
Shook him up and took him down.
Across, over the line. Shoots the puck. Blocked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Missed shot by Arneson. Saved by Czechmanek. Brings it out. In over the line. Right in front. Thibault hangs on for the whistle. This guy's ready to break out. You can see it in his game.
I agree with you on this one, Jim. I love his play. He could be a year away from becoming an elite talent.
They're getting ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Allison. Centers it. Hit! Right in front. Quick shot from the left. He misses by a mile. It's found by Nordstrom. Passed up to the neutral zone. Checked out of their defensive end. That's icing. Deadmarsh hasn't been firing the puck much, but he's managed to put one in.
Well, obviously, he's got the scoring ability. He just needs to get more shots. Sometimes you've got to make your own opportunities.
It's played up by Dempsey. McCarthy grabbed it. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Palffy mows him down. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Nice little move by Allison. Moved over. Thibault got a pad on it. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Centers it. Leveled. Frolov brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoots the puck. Thibault made the brilliant save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets roughed up by Miller.
Now that's how you body check someone.
In over the line. Thibault turned him away. Over. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Moved across. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets run over by Daze. Over the blue line. Crushed.
He felt that one right down to his skates.
And the Los Angeles Kings will take this opportunity to make a change. Played across. In over the line. He gets checked by Miller. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone.
Jim, what a tremendous move.
Big hit.
Lines him up and sends him down.
Over the blue line. Sent flying. Moved up. Brings it out. Mowed down. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Missed shot by LePerriere. Turned aside by Thibault. Passed ahead. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets hit by Dempsey. Hit. Scramble in front of the net. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Thibault turns it away. Shoved. Leveled. Passed over. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Through center. Brings it out. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Checked. Nordstrom. Passed over by Allison. Deadmarsh coughs up the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. Brings it out. He gets hit by Daze.
That was intimidation.
Centers it. Thibault made the huge save. This guy needs to play aggressive to be effective.
Well, he doesn't flop down, so he has to play at the top of his crease. If he gets back on his heels, he gives away way too much net.
Los Angeles wins the draw. Played up. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Bumped off the puck. Shoots it hard. Saved by Czechmanek. Rocked. Pass back. Right in front. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets taken out by Pops.
Sends him packing.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. 18,000 referees in the stands call a penalty. The two that count will not. Does saved by Czechmanek. In over the line. Knocked down. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Great save. Bad scramble. He hangs on. Andy Murray had to overcome a lot of adversity in the 03-04 campaign, Craig.
Well, although they missed the playoffs, Jim, Murray's Kings were able to stay competitive while suffering through an unbelievable 536-man games lost to injury.
Goaltender stopped that. And that wraps up the second period as we head to a break. The score is tied at 1.
If you have a yellow sticker on the inside cover of your program, come to guest services on the lower concourse to claim your prize.
We're just about to start the third period.
Jim, in a game this close, you probably won't see either team take too many chances.
The Blackhawks win the draw. That's offside. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Kings win the faceoff. Over, brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Wisnowski. Brings it out. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Hit. A lateral pass. Shoots! Thibault denies him. Brings it out. Over the line. Hard wrist shot by Ruutu. Saved by Czechmanek. Into the attacking zone. Pushed. Hit. Brings it out. It's passed over by Vandermeer. Arneson with a blistering shot. Turned aside by Czechmanek. In over the line. Ruutu shoves him. Moved across. Over the blue line. Shove. In front. Goaltender stopped that. Brings it out. Coast to coast. He gets hit by Daze.
He dropped the hammer on him.
Brings it out. Chicago's about to change players. Muscled off the puck. And out they come with a puck. In over the line. He gets pushed by Pops. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Scores! Wow, what a wrister he uncorked on that goal.
That was an absolute laser beam that found the back of the net.
Chicago pulls off a big play to open the third.
It's all about timing. Now they're the ones dictating the play.
Yakubov pushes him. Leveled. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets laid out by Deadmarsh. Allison brings it out. In over the line. Shove. In front. Shoots quickly. Thibault covers up for the whistle. About to drop the puck. And the faceoff is won by Allison. Centered. Arneson. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shove. Played across. Leg save by Czechmanek. Over the blue line. He gets out-muscled by Quint. One times it. Thibault made the leg save. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets hit by McCarthy. In front. Stick save by Thibault. Flattened. Played over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Daze gets through the defense with a nice deke.
And what a move it was.
Moved ahead by Wisnowski. Los Angeles puts its second line out. Hit! Passed ahead, out of their defensive end. Over the line. Run over. Flattened. Over the blue line. With a wrist shot, Thibault turned him away. Passed over. Brings it out. In over the line. Saved by Czechmanek. Brings it out. He gets checked by Robida.
Knocked him down.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. It's played over by Bell. Robida moves it ahead. Chicago makes a line change. Blocked. Brings it out. A Kings shoot-in. Over center. Over the blue line. Passed over by Dempsey. Into the attacking zone. Checked. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Passed across. He scores to make it 3-1.
Now let's take a look at that one on the replay, Jim. Look at how well he executes the wrister to find the back of the net. What a beauty!
Time's running out for a comeback.
Jim, it's about time to start taking some chances. Haven't got anything to lose.
In over the line. Brings it out. Arneson over the blue line. Czechmanek freezes the puck. You can see this guy's playing with a lot of confidence.
Now that he's got one on the board, you're going to see him get more chances. Once you find the net, the puck always has a way of finding you.
The puck is about to be dropped. Kings win the faceoff. Ruutu grabbed it, cranked him.
That'll keep them on their heels.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Vandermeer now with the puck. Daze grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Knocked down. Brings it out. He gets roughed up by Nordstrom.
Nice delivery.
Fires it. Thibault got a pad on it. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Carter flattens him.
Real power there.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Bowled over. Center. The door is shut by Thibault. Brings it out. In over the line. Czechmanek made the save. Over the line. He gets rocked by McCarthy.
Very impressive.
Brings it out. Played across. Hip check. Chicago's about to change players. Leg save. Nordstrom is at his best when he doesn't have the puck.
Now, you're right, Jim. He's not the best stick handler, but he usually takes the body and clears the front of the goal. He's a model defenseman.
The action's about to start. Face-off won by Allison. Passed over, out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Mowed down. Moved over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hard wrist shot by Ruutu. Pad save. Chicago has played a clean game here tonight.
They haven't taken a lot of lazy penalties in the neutral zone, and that's because they're skating hard and playing sound positional hockey.
And the faceoff is won by Allison. Brings it out. In over the line. Run over.
He got rocked right there.
Thibault freezes the puck. Chicago are known for their tight defensive style.
That's right, Jim. They don't make too many mistakes in their own end. Just try to clog up the zone and make it difficult for their opponent to get any decent scoring chances.
The Kings win the draw. In the corner. In front. Thibault made the brilliant save. He covers up. We're ready for the face-off. Allison won the face-off. Played back. Modry shoots it quickly. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Daze! Stick save by Czechmanic. Brings it out. In over the line. It's played up by Modry. A great deke! And the Los Angeles Kings will take this opportunity to make a change. Brings it out. It's passed over by Rutu. Rocked! Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone.
Hit! Lined him up and knocked him down.
Right in front. Thibault stones him. Chicago puts its third line out. Run over. And out they come with a puck. Over the blue line. Mowed down. Up through center. Take it out. Over the line. Brings it out. LaPerriere now has the puck. Shoots! Played across. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shoots it hard. He scores and it's 4-1.
The puck came back out, and he was ready and waiting for it.
The faceoff goes to the Kings. Flattened. Moved over by Pops. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. In front. Backhanded shot. It's over. Los Angeles has lost it and sees their lead drop to 2 games. From the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, this is Jim Houston with Craig Simpson.
From all the team here at EA Sports, we'll see you next time.
You